What's up, people? This week I'm going to be installing an epoxy floor on my garage. The garage floor was horrible when we moved in, so we're going to strip it. We're going to use the Rust-Oleum EpoxyShield kit. You can check it out right here. I'm going to make this as quick as possible. The steps are very simple. Power wash if you have it, or just wet the floor and scrub it. Make sure you get a cheap squeegee, a bristle brush, and a couple of other items that they recommend. All we're gonna do is power wash this floor. As you can see here, it's horrible looking. It's got stains and everything. Then we're gonna scrub it. It's gonna take me a couple days, but then we're gonna wrap it up. And when we do, we'll show you the final result. All right, so let's get to work. All right, this is what my floors look like here in the garage before we use this Rust-Oleum degreaser. Some oil. Old stains in here. We're going to scrub this up real good. Try to get it as clean as possible before we put the epoxy floor down. All right. We just scrubbed the floor, power washed it, and got as much of the oil spots as we can get up. These were pretty tough, but most of it came up. This should not be a problem to cover with the Rust-Oleum floor that we're putting down. So, next step is to etch it. And then we're gonna be putting down the epoxy floor. All right, so I've already power washed the floor twice and I scrubbed it. And some of these stains are not coming out. So the next step is to etch the floor with this acid etching and get it ready for paint or for the epoxy. But after it dries, then I have to fill these cracks in. As you can see, there's some moisture getting through, so we're gonna be filling those cracks. I also have some concrete caulk that's gonna go here. I'm gonna fill in these cracks right here. This is gonna be a lot of fun. All right, today's the day. We're gonna paint the garage with this EpoxyShield, Rust-Oleum EpoxyShield. Now, we've already used the power washer on the floor multiple times. We've used the stain and the degreaser a couple times. Unfortunately, the camera's making this stain look darker than it is in real life. I don't know, maybe it's because of the way I have this set up, the contrast, but this was the best we can get it, as clean as we could get it. I mean, just standing over here, I can show you before and after, but this is what it looks like before. And this, of course, is what it looks like now. So we are about to apply this in a few minutes, and we'll show you what the end results. What's up, people? Today is the last step in getting this epoxy floor finished. So I have to put the clear cover down, the clear coat, and I just want to get up close and show you what it looks like before you put the clear coat down. We'll do it before and after, but this is the last step. Check this out. All right, this is with the flakes on top, and you can actually feel them walking on as you're stepping on this, but the paint itself is very smooth. This took me about an hour and a half to do. 341 square feet, okay? And now I'm not too concerned about how the edges came out. You'll see that there's some epoxy that got on the concrete. Well, that's gonna be covered. So I really didn't care too much about how that looked because we're gonna cover it. But for the overall coverage of the kit, it actually came out really, really good. Really, really good. You can put down as much flakes as you want. I put down a lot because it covers some of the imperfections in the floor. But that's just me. So Let's hurry up and get this started. I want to hurry up and wrap this up, and then I will show you the process through and through when we're done. Mind the birds chirping in the background. There's like 300 birds over here in my trees and bushes. Can't help that. Anyway, as you can see, it looks wet. We covered it really, really good with this Rust-Oleum EpoxyShield. This goes on top of the epoxy floor kit that we installed yesterday. And it took me about a week, only because I had to work, but I had to power wash it, as you saw at the beginning of this. Then we had to degreaser, stain remover, scrub it, power wash it again. Then we had to fill in some cracks with some putty. We did that, which we honestly didn't do a really good job, and I'll show you that at a later date. But we did fill in all the cracks. There's no more moisture coming up. This took literally an hour and a half yesterday to get this put on. And now today, again, this only took me about a half hour, 45 minutes to apply this, and everything is nice and wet and drying. So tomorrow, it should be pretty dry after 24 hours. I forget what it said in here about dry time, but I think 24 hours for foot traffic or light foot traffic. And then, yeah, here it is, okay. Dries in 24 hours. I'll find out. I'll have to read this. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere where it says about 24 hours for light foot traffic, 48 hours for heavy, if you're putting furniture or whatever you're storing in here, and then 3 days for vehicles. Obviously, I don't want to bring the vehicle in here probably till the end of the week. I'll really give it some good drying. It's going to be in the 60s and 70s, so we should be good to go. But I'll show you some more pictures in an updated video next week. But that's it. That's really how easy it was to install this kit. If you're wondering, just basically power wash, scrub, degrease, scrub, power wash, patch anything you need to patch, make sure it's dry, wait a couple of days, make sure it's really dry, then put the epoxy floor down, follow the instructions per the temperature. Once that's done and that's dry, which we gave it over, I think it was 36 hours to dry, then you can put this on, this EpoxyShield clear garage floor coating. So far, I love it. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Hit that like button, hit that little bell notification. Don't forget to click subscribe. And if you have any tips or, hacks or anything for home remodeling, hit me up. Since we just bought this house, we've been doing nothing but remodeling since we moved in. And I'm always looking for tips, tricks, and whatever. That's it. That's all I got. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I'm out.